Oh, baby, we're getting nichey with it. Now, I hear this excuse a lot, especially from people 40, 50, 60, and over, and they'll say something like, well, I don't want to start an online business because it's too late. I can't catch up. All my competitors are already so far ahead of me. One guy in my market, he already has 1 million subscribers. I'm never going to catch him. Or the biggie, it's too saturated. Everything's been said. There are new people coming into every market every day. So, what I want to do today is just get a little tactical and let's simplify this and ask yourself these following questions. Just run things through these filters and let's start getting more clarity because it is really hard to build a business unless you have clarity on what you're doing. And I know everyone says, oh, just take action, take action. Absolutely. You have to take action, but you have to at least know the direction you're going. So I'm hoping that these can help you just get more clarity and focus. And as always, I'm doing this here. I've been teaching based on uh, doing this for a long time online, 26 plus years. I'm in my 50s now, and now I'm helping my fellow Gen X and Gen X adjacent rock this. So let's go. One take, no edits. Ask yourself this question: who are the top three in your market? Now, there might not be three people in your exact niche because you might be getting really nichey with it, right? You might have a sub niche of a sub niche of a sub niche. I only work with left handed golfers in New York State, and there aren't three other people who do that. Okay. Then maybe take a little half step adjacent, but there should be three people teaching something similar to what you want to do and just write them down. Now, here's the biggie: don't obsess. I see this all the time, and people obsess over their competitors and they're watching everything they do and they're watching every video and they're like, oh, I'm going to subscribe to the thing and buy all the products and reverse engineer. And it's okay to watch them. Do not fixate, because if you fixate, what ends up happening is you sound like a carbon copy of them, or worse, you don't take any action. You become paralyzed with overthinking and overdoing and overanalysis. So get a list, write them down, whatever you use. You could use an app. You don't need a stupid app. Just get a piece of paper, right? Get a piece of paper and just write it down. You don't need software. You don't need fancy software. Just write down the three and start looking at things. Start with big picture. What's their positioning? What's their hook? Let's take that golf example again. You might want to be in the golf niche. Maybe you want to teach golf fitness, right? So golf is the big market. Within golf, there's sub niches, there's like the skill set, there's performance, and you want to focus on strength training and performance. Within that, you can niche it down further, right? You could say, well, I want to teach golfers how to improve their strength and how far they hit off the tee by using kettlebells. Okay, so maybe that's your market. Maybe you want to teach kettlebell strength. So you start looking at competitors teaching golf performance, golf fitness, golf training, because maybe there's no one teaching golf kettlebell fitness. Okay, so there's a market, but you start looking, is their stuff general? Is it broad? What are they talking about? What's their hook? Are they talking about, well, I teach golf fitness, I'm going to show you how to add 50 yards onto their drive? Or is it more general, like, hey, be a better golfer? Or is it make it to the pros? So start just jotting down some things you're noticing. Okay. What's their position? What's their hook? Writing down headlines. Now we start digging a little bit deeper. What are they actually offering? And when I say offers, what are they selling? What products and services? Sometimes it might be hidden. It might be a little bit hard to see because it might be contact me for details. And maybe it's just individualized coaching that they deliver. And we're talking more online stuff, right? So maybe they deliver it through online programs or they deliver it via text. So some offers might be clear, some might not be clear, but the ones that are clear, maybe they have courses, maybe they have ebooks. What's their pricing? Do they have a dozen ebooks that are $30 each, or do they have one big course for $5,000? Or do they say, I offer online coaching, it's $300 a month? Write down the offers, write down the prices just to start getting a feel. This is not to copy them, right? This isn't you just trying to piggyback and do what they're doing. It's getting a feel for where they are and where we can start finding those gaps. Then we look at what's their messaging. Where are they out there in the world to market? What platforms? Are they on YouTube? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram or TikTok? Are they doing Facebook ads? What's their messaging on the ads? What's their messaging on the platforms? The frequency, how often are they posting? If it's a YouTube channel, how often? Are they posting once a week? Are they posting once a day? How long are their videos? Their videos, let's say on average, are 10 minutes. Okay, this person, this is their message, this is their brand, this is their offer, and this is YouTube channel, and they're posting 3 times a week, 10 minutes. Now we're getting a feel. You have to know your competitors and what game they're in. Again, this is not obsessing, right? This isn't obsession. It's just doing some really basic analysis. That's it. You don't have to run it through ChatGPT or anything like that. I don't, but at least I have an idea of who my competitors are. Now, looking at, okay, I've got an idea of the platform they're on. I see their offers. I see what they're doing, what their pricing is. Now, in terms of their messaging and their systems, is there something fundamental that they talk about and they teach that you disagree with? So, for example, with golf fitness, maybe, and I'm just making this up, right? But maybe their whole thing is you should do heavy Olympic lifts twice a week, clean and jerks and deadlifts, and maybe you don't agree with that. You're like, "Hey, I get it." And this isn't meant that we're gonna bash them. It's just, okay, there's a little gap in the market there where because it's something that they're talking about and maybe 2 or 3 of your competitors are talking about that you completely disagree with. And let me just go in a detour for a second. We're talking about your competitors, but let's look at this on a wider market perspective. Golf performance. What are most people saying in golf performance? What are the 2 or 3 big things that most people say and you disagree with? What is that? Because that is a really good place to start differentiating your messaging. So, what do you disagree with? You might say, "Look, I don't agree with Olympic lifts. I don't think golfers should be doing that at all. I think it should be all about joint mobility, or I think it should be a full range of motion. I think it should be all about explosive, kettlebell or hit exercises." Find that thing you disagree with. Don't disagree just to disagree, but there's got to be something you disagree with. Now, in their messaging is something missing. So what is missing? Maybe your 3 or 4 top competitors in golf performance are missing a nutrition aspect. None of them are talking about nutrition. Okay, now that's an interesting thing. That's an interesting thing you can have for front end content, potentially back end offers, but it's a way to start getting attention in your market, talking about things not only you disagree with, but where is the messaging? What are they missing in it? Because there's going to be things they're missing. Opportunity. That is opportunity for you, not copying. And it drives me nuts when I see marketers say, "Oh, just find what the best people are doing and just rip them off." No, find what they're doing and find a way to differentiate. That's the key. Because then you're just playing the better game, and you don't want to play the better game. You want to play the different game. Is there something missing in their positioning? So what are they missing when they're positioning themselves, right? Are they positioning themselves? So maybe your top 3 competitors are only speaking to golfers, male golfers, in the 40s and 50s, high income country club type players. Okay. Is there an opportunity there? What about focusing on the younger players? What about focusing on female players or teens? Right? There's always going to be gaps, and that's the exciting thing. Some people specialize in niches and they're leaving out other niches. Some people go really broad, and that was a mistake. I remember when I first came into the fitness industry and I was training clients, trainers would give me their business card and they say, "I train everyone from 8 to 80." And I knew instinctively that wasn't right, because if you try to sell to everyone, you sell to no one. So is there something missing in the competitor's positioning that you can step in and fill a gap? And is there something missing in their delivery? Are they all offering just written things? And you're like, you know what? There's an opportunity for video coaching, or vice versa. Maybe it's all videos, and you're like, you know what? Some of the guys and some of the women I coach and train, they don't want the videos. They don't want over the shoulder coaching. They just want the workouts, like they could print out and take with them. Or maybe everything is offered with recurring revenue memberships, and people just want one time programs. Or maybe everything's one time programs and they want a membership. So you see, People ask me, Ryan, what is the answer? And the answer is I don't know because every market is truly different, right? There's a lot of fundamentals, but this is the fun in it is finding the gaps and figuring out here's the way I could differentiate because you could kind of position everything and anything as an advantage, right? Instead of saying, well, everyone's offering membership sites. How do I make my membership site better? If they're all offering membership sites, offer one time programs and make that a benefit. Hey, you don't have to pay every month. It's just one time or vice versa. Okay. So here's like, so what I'm doing now, and I found gaps when I was the first one to do for online strength coaches. Now that I'm in my 50s, a gap in a niche, right? In the positioning, everyone's teaching, oh, build a business, but they're not speaking directly to you, to my audience, people who are like 45, 50, 60 and over during our second act. We're looking to do something different, right? We're looking to pivot. We're looking to build a business where it's not about scale. That was a gap in the market, right? So I found a niche. I found something unique and gaps in terms of product delivery, in terms of product names, in terms of offers, right? I found a gap where taking it back to old school, that's the name of this program, old school, teaching people how to create recurring revenue programs that are PDF powered. There was a gap in the marketplace because everyone teaching recurring revenue is talking about big membership sites. You've got to have a membership site. You need a community. You need a forum. You need a Facebook group. You need new videos. And I said, no, you don't. And by the way, if you're interested in this program, just type in old school below. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I keep forgetting to say that. Just like and subscribe to this channel if you're digging my stuff. But that was another gap. So that was a gap in the offer. So I found gap in the market and I'm finding gap and gaps in offers, right? So that's what I'm doing right now. And I've done it in strength and conditioning. I did it in fitness. I did it in my nutrition programs and e-commerce companies. There are gaps in every single market. Start for today's video, today's training is just about looking at your competitors. Don't stress out. Don't stalk them. We don't want to have restraining orders filed, right? Make some notes, find ways that you're different, find the gaps, and just start differentiating. If you're digging this, write 1K below. Just write 1K. If you're not on my list yet, and I'll send you, we'll get on my list. We'll start playing. We'll start jamming. But again, old school as well. If you want to see my new old school program, like and subscribe. I got so many things for you. But of course, we are going to the next video. And speaking of PDF powered, you know what I'm going to do? On this next video, let's watch this one. I did a video breakdown of talking about PDF powered membership sites. So if you want to create recurring revenue, why don't you watch this next video? And I'll see you on the next one. Click it and go.